Welcome back to another Switch Sports Golf Challenge. Yesterday, the goal was to get 7 eagles in the 18 holes of Switch Sports Golf. I beat my personal best by a full 3 strokes and we got to 8. So this challenge is now a ridiculous 9 eagles in 18 holes. And even yesterday, I had the opportunity. I missed the green on 18 and then missed a putt from off the green. And that would have been the 9th eagle. And there are plenty of players in this game who a minus 26 under par, is fairly standard for them. So there is another level to unlock, and I'd like to get there. But it's going to be a challenge. This is going to be the hardest challenge yet. I mean, the 21 birdies challenge was fairly difficult, and I think this is kind of miles above that. So we'll get it rolling here on hole 1, where we'll see some wind. I always start in the lobby on these, so you know that I'm not, replaying seeds or anything like that. Okay. We'll lock right in here. I think I like that shot. Okay, we'll eagle the first hole today. So a nice start through some wind. And we'll pick up a nice first eagle on the first hole. So we didn't eagle holes 1 and 2. So expanding upon the fact that there's opportunity, I birdied holes 1 and 2 yesterday. I had a couple of other eagleable holes that I didn't cash in on. So I think there's a chance for some improvement, and that's a good feeling. And we'll see if we can pick one up on hole 2 here. This is going to be a difficult one. I mean, we have that middle pin. That's always kind of harder to get to. Or middle left, I should say, where there's some slope to it. We'll give it a shot. Roll that down there with a spoon. Hope we have about the right trajectory. I'm not sure if that's... No, just a little bit too much power, a little too far to the left, and we'll have a 15-footish birdie putt. Pretty standard. I mean, I've had this putt many, many times in these challenges. Just aim a little outside the hole, because this green is very consistent with the slope. So just give it a good tap, hit it dead center, and we're 1 for 2. So I do need to eagle half of the holes. So I need to stay on this pace for the rest of the round, which is kind of ridiculous. Now the front is a bit harder to eagle oftentimes than the back, and it's really conditionally dependent. And we'll see some 9-mile-an-hour winds here, so not ideal. But hole 3 is always another opportunity. And in terms of picking up eagles, I feel like I'm getting better at the pins. In this play local mode, holes 1 and 2, you can see a selection of different pins. I think there are 4 or 5 different options. Holes 3 through 9, at least, and I think it kind of follows the same kind of pattern on the back. You see the exact same pin every time. So I'm getting better at these pins that we face every single day. I'll hit a little draw through there just to see if I can steal a good bounce and get this one nice and close. And we won't have that little rollout, so we'll have a 27-yard chip. But I should be able to aim this just a little to the left. The wind should push it slightly. And I should have a good chance, hopefully, of trying to hold this one out. So this pin has become pretty standard for me. I see this one every single day. Maybe I'll aim a little bit more with this wind. There's a little bit to it. What about 2 dots of power from this distance? Should be about good. Okay, maybe a little over on the power. Will we roll back, though? We will. So there's a margin of error on that one when you're going for the backspin. And we'll sink it for our second eagle in 3 holes. So a good start to this round. Once again, that pin is one that I'm becoming quite good at on the 3rd hole. I think I'm hitting eagles there, at about a 50% rate now. Ooh, and we'll see something fun here. Okay. This is going to be an opportunity. 0 wind on hole 4. Let me make sure I'm aiming right real quick. All right. We can give this one a fun little run at this.
Nice shot.
You know what? Let's just put that one straight in the cup. I learned after yesterday, I was tipped off that one's kind of automatic when you have 0 wins. So that's our 3rd eagle in 4 holes. -7 on the scorecard. Shout out to CBTV for that one. The person who kind of gave me this challenge, so... Ooh, and we'll see some more favorable wind, kind of, on hole 5.
Nice shot.
If I put that one out there correctly, which I believe I'm on an... Okay, we'll clip that tree. We won't clip the tree. So we'll get lucky and not actually clip that tree, even though we kind of go right through it. And we'll have maybe a chance to get there in 2. I'm not exactly sure. It's not going to be easy. But I'll give it the best run I can. I did hit the rough on that drive. But we'll see if we can put that up there. Will we reach the green? We won't. So we actually can choose here between putting and chipping. And I think it'll come down to how straight this putt looks. You know what? I'm thinking this is a putt. Almost straight up that hill. Is it going to be straight or is it going to move just slightly? Well, I guess we'll have to see, and we'll have to hit this real hard to get it there. But I'm going to putt this. Maximum power, up that hill, and we'll sink it from off the green for our 4th eagle in 5 holes. So yesterday was my personal best, and we're already on pace to surpass that in the early going here. So 4 eagles in 5 holes, we are 9 under par. Wow. And we'll move on to hole 6 here, where we'll see some perhaps tougher wind, but it could be worse. It could be worse.
Nice shot.
Directionally, it's fine. We can kind of just tuck it around that tree, clip the fairway, push it right a little bit. And this shouldn't be too bad of an approach. So, I mean, I'm going for hole outs on everything today, so I'm going to try to put it as close as I can. So we're going to have to cut it a little bit close with that tree. I think I like this power with this wind, though. And we can maybe give this one a chance, if I get the power right. Not red bar it, that's always something you don't want to do.
Nice.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. Will we end up a little too far left? We may, but that may actually take a decent bounce and roll back up. So, I mean, we gave it the best run, I think, that we've had in these challenges. I mean, hole 6 is green, and that front pin that we see every day is not an easy one. But we'll tap it down there. A little tap-in birdie. And I mean, hole 6 is never one that I'm expecting to eagle, so if we're going to pick up a birdie, that's not a bad hole to do it on. And we'll move on to hole 7 here, where we'll see some 6-mile-an-hour winds pushing us to the right. And once again, I think we see the same pin all the time. Maybe one of 2 pins. I kind of lose track sometimes on some of these holes. But this one's pretty straightforward. We can just send that out there. Hopefully just short of the rough. And we will be just short of the rough by like an inch. And we'll have a chance here to send this one out there and give it a shot. So I'm going to use the spoon, aim a ways that way. So nothing too extreme. And then, with a little under 3 dots of power, I think this should be on a pretty good line. So this is one that we've come close on plenty of times, but I don't think I've holed it out yet. And yeah, we'll be just a little too far to the right. So an under adjustment for the wind, but not too bad of a birdie putt. We've got a good round going. I'm going to, try to hole out everything I can. However, yesterday I kind of lost track of the fact that I was on like a great personal best pace. Today, we're kind of there again. And I'm going to make sure I keep that rolling. So a birdie on 7. I mean, the holes get harder as you progress through the 9s, so picking up some early eagles was very key there. And we'll be 11 under through 7. And now we'll have this back pin to deal with on hole 8. I'm thinking we'll take the 3-iron. A little bit of extra power on it. And I mean, we got to give them all a run today, don't we? So that's about the power I wanted. Hopefully that keeps a good line. I don't know if we're going to get it. Yeah, that's not going to come back, but it's going to end up in a decent spot. We should have a good birdie putt from there, although it's a little further back, maybe, than I would necessarily like. But a pretty straightforward putt and one that you see pretty often on this hole. So we'll just send that up there. And dunk it in for a nice birdie on 8. So we'll be 12 under through 8, which is a pretty fantastic start. And I apologize, my nose is running a little bit out of nowhere. I gotta be right back. So that's the nature of this one. I can't cut the video, so you know that I'm being, honest about all this. And we'll have a good look at 9 here. All right. I don't think I'm sick. I'm not sure what this is. All right, we'll just keep this one rolling. Make sure I don't clip that tree. That's the goal here.
Nice shot.
It looks like a pretty good drive. That should land in the fairway, be safely right of that tree, and glide on down there. So I'll have to be careful with this one, because I want to land it short, and I'm trying to make eagles. So, I mean, we can definitely get there in 2. That's kind of a given. But now it's a matter of trying to carefully put it close. I think that aim feels pretty good. And now I just got to get the power right. So I'm going to take some off of it with the spoon to make sure we don't go too far. And that's still going to be just too much power. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have a chip on 9 today. So I overdid the power. I was a little bit scared of, being in the water. And actually, this chip isn't too bad. I think we can give this one a chance. By just aiming dead on. Oh, and we'll just miss it. Okay. So we'll have to birdie 9. I mean, the wind was good to get there in 2. But just tough to hold that green when it's pushing you so far through the green. So that ball came in hot, jumped the green, and we'll have to birdie hole 9. So hole 9 is one that's often kind of more of an eagle opportunity. But today, we won't make it. So we'll have to move on to 10. We got 4 eagles on the scorecard. I need 5 on the back. So I'm actually on a better pace than yesterday. And yesterday, I still had a chance to get 9 eagles. So we'll see what we can do on the back here. We do see some wind, which we didn't really see yesterday. I'll have to make sure I get this one there. Make sure I at least give it a chance.
Nice shot.
Okay, and that's just not going to be on the right line. So we're going to be just a little off, about 3 feet off, and we'll end up with a 5-foot putt. So no eagle on 10, which is one that we picked up yesterday. I mean, yesterday I think I made it with a little bit of wind, but today was definitely more of crosswind action, which makes it a little tougher to judge. And we'll have to move on to 11. Now, 11 and 13 are 2 par 3s that are oftentimes more hole-in-one opportunities. So I'm going to keep that in mind. We'll use this 5-iron about there on the power meter. We'll give it a chance. Okay, that might be a little too much power. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's going to bounce too long and not quite get the roll back. So a little too much power makes that one fly a little too far. The slope pushes it a little extra. So we don't pick up the hole-in-one. That would have been nice on hole 11. And we'll have to move on to hole 12, where hopefully we can get ourselves a nice eagle and pick up the 5th one. So we'll need, not to get ahead of ourselves, but hole 12 is one of the more accessible holes.
Nice shot.
So we'll get the drive right. should be on the left side of that island, which is what I was going for. And we'll have to aim just a little to the right. So a fairly decent amount to counter this crosswind. But I'm thinking about there on the power meter should give it a good run, and we'll see. So that's about what I wanted to do. Looks like we're on a pretty good line. Now it depends what kind of kick I get here. And we will kick straight. And hole it for an Albatross. A double eagle. Does that count for 2? I don't think so. But through some wind, we get the Albatross there. So a -3 on the scorecard. We're 18 under through 12. So I think I'm on a better pace than yesterday, which is kind of ridiculous. Yesterday was my best round ever. And we'll now have some tougher wind on hole 13 here. So I'll have to aim pretty significantly across the green. Try to just put this one close.
Nice shot.
Okay, and that one felt pretty good. Are we going to hold the green? Hopefully we will not. Okay, so I fly the green. I kind of failed to take into account that there was a little bit of tailwind to that. Yeah, it pushed me a little further than I thought it would. So now we'll have to chip this one in, unfortunately. So I went for it, and I missed it. Will we chip it in? We won't. So we've missed 2 chip-ins so far.
Nice approach.
Not great. Not a hole you want to be parring. I don't think it necessarily ruins the round. We still have a chance. I mean, the Eagles challenge is still on the table. We have 5 Eagles through 13. We need 4 more, though. So we have to eagle 4 of the last 5 holes. Is it doable? I mean, this one kind of should be an eagle. 18 oftentimes should be an eagle. It's not easy, though. It is definitely not easy. But let's do the best we can. I'm a little torn on where to try to aim this one. I'm thinking through that tree gap is kind of the way to go. This is not ideal wind. Perhaps through there. I'll have to take some off of this, like a good amount off of it.
Nice shot.
Hopefully that gets the right tree gap. Am I going to hit one of the trunks? I'm going to be dead on one of the trunks. Oh no. So I've just made this one quite hard on myself with a misjudgment there. And now I'm going to have to really, really try to save this. Ugh. Just a not good shot. And that's what we'll have to do. I'll have to send it up there like that. Red bar it sideways. Yeah, and that really had no chance. Ugh, tougher wind on hole 14. Kind of ruins the eagle chances here. I mean, we could chip this in, but it's going to be a real stretch. So at least try to put it close.
Nice shot.
Oh, that's just not going to do it. That's just not going to cut it. So we're going to have a tougher putt at a birdie on hole 14. Am I blowing this round? I don't necessarily think so. I mean, we've seen some tougher conditions. I got a tough break there with that tree trunk. I mean, that tree trunk is just a guess to kind of hit for me. So, not necessarily. I mean, I think I made the right play. I just failed to execute it, misaimed a little bit. And we'll have to be 19 under through 14. So a par and a birdie on 2 holes that I probably should have had better scores on. Okay, we'll have a chance here to pick up our 6th eagle on this one, if I play it right. Make this one just a downwind second shot, so about 3 dots of power should put it nicely in that little right notch of the fairway. And we'll glide to a stop. So we'll have a pretty downwind shot at this to put it close and roll it back and maybe steal an eagle. So I'm thinking I want to aim kind of right at this one. Use that slope of the green to have it kick a little to the left and then roll back to the right. So we'll give that a chance. I'm thinking the wind should push this just left enough of the pin to give it a good chance.
Nice
Okay, that felt like the shot. Are we going to get the right angle? Oh, we just don't get the rollback. For whatever reason, sometimes those spin shots just glide to a stop. And I thought I was on a great, great line if that had a little rollback. And it just didn't. So this round kind of puttering out. I mean, I don't know what's up with my putter right now. There we go. Now it's working. So we'll have to send in a birdie. No eagle on 15. Despite having a pretty good shot at it. I mean, I'm not sure if I just hit the wrong part of the green and that's why that didn't come back. It had just the wrong slope to it. But sometimes this green just grabs it. And now we'll have... okay, some tougher conditions. However, I had this last time, and I just put it straight through that right tree. I mean, I'm still trying to make eagles here. I'm still trying to make eagles. I have a couple holes left to do this. Actually, I don't think I do. I think I've run out of time and run out of holes. But I've learned that if you just like send this one out there with a spoon, just straight into that tree, it kind of just carries. Okay, last time it made it right through. Ugh, what a game. It made it right through that tree last time, no issues. It's on video. I'm kind of selling this round, but that's all right. Maybe I could have gone for the secondary shortcut, and now I'll put it right in the bunker. Or will I escape the bunker? I will. Get very lucky and escape the bunker. I mean, I was going for an eagle. Tougher conditions. That's kind of why I didn't take the safer route the first time. And now we'll have to try to hold this out for a par, I think.
Nice shot.
Yeah, so I'll just try to put it close. I mean, once again, that back of the green... okay, it doesn't grab it that time. The back of that green oftentimes just grabs it and it comes to a stop. But we go from a great round to some tougher conditions, kind of forcing a worse round towards the end. But that's the way this game goes sometimes. And we'll lip out what I think was the bogey putt. So a tough hole 16, kind of ruining this round. Yeah, and we'll double bogey. So that's not ideal. I mean, I went OB, so that kind of score was going to happen. We'll have to move on to 17 and just see how many we can get. So see if we can pick up another eagle, just to get the scorecard a little higher.
Nice shot.
So I'll give that one a chance. Hopefully that gets a good roll. It just doesn't roll. So some unfortunate luck. Usually that seems to launch roll, and that could have had a good chance to be right next to the pin if it did. But it just didn't. Now I'll have to chip one again.
Nice.
And for the third time this round, a lipped, or like a maybe not a lip, but at least a burnt edge chip.
Nice par.
So an unfortunate par on hole 17. We go from being 18 under through 12 to 18 under through 17 with some tougher looks on those last few holes.
Nice shot.
And I kind of just sold this round. We'll have to pick up an eagle here, which I failed to do yesterday to push the round to minus 27. So I'm going to try to just put this one close.
Nice shot.
That felt like a pretty good shot. Oh, if it has the distance. Do we get that little launch roll? So we do. I kind of played to that time. And now we'll have a good chance at our, what is this, 6th eagle of the round. So I mean, not a bad round in terms of eagles. I'll shoot 20 under, even with a double bogey on the scorecard. So a weird round, some weird conditions. I had to play aggressively on that double bogey hole. I was definitely not eagling that from anywhere but that shortcut. And we'll shoot 20 under with some bad looks towards the end. So 13, a bad par. 14, a bad birdie. 16, just a bad hole in general. 17, a lipped out chip. And we'll finish with a minus 20 anyway. So a great start to that round that kind of just, you know, trailed off towards the end. And we'll have to try again tomorrow. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, an Albatross, so 5, and then 6 Eagles on the scorecard. We needed 9, and we didn't get it, and I'll try again tomorrow.